I want to talk today about the compassionate genius of understanding the process of change. I see a lot of wonderful coaches, spiritual leaders on YouTube and other places who, encourage people to change a certain way and all this kind of thing. And as one who's gone through a 29-year journey, this month actually, 29 years of spiritual growth, development, personal growth, I'm a believer that I don't know everything, but I know the process of change. Anyone who's coaching, leading, has to be attuned to the human points of the process of change itself. I'm even going to tie it in a little bit to Donald Trump and President Zelensky and their blowout and what could it mean for those folks going forward. So remember, it's under the rubric of goodness is strength. Let's take a look on the other side. Rarely do people respond best to ultimatums. Sometimes they're necessary on rare occasions. In the main, as human beings, when I mention compassionate genius, what I'm talking about is giving people firm direction, guidelines, if you will, and also that human touch so to understand how people make change. People don't just change overnight. Something has to click within. Sometimes putting them in between a rock and a hard place can be good, and they can say, I really do want to make changes. And once they decide that, the process of change can be very challenging, and you have to understand that and work with people and support them and encourage, not force, their growth. And, in that situation with President Trump and President Zelensky, it's one thing. Maybe, there's merit in what President Trump is saying, in terms of, I'm sure it's a legitimate feeling that America the United States has supported Ukraine a great deal. And we do want to see that appreciation from President Zelensky, not as, just frothing at the mouth, but as a regular component of what that relationship is. And at the same time, President Trump's got to understand, Ukraine's the one who've been fighting. They're right in there. God, it's not funny, the blood and toil that they put into it. And so the process of change, understanding, I had a situation years ago where I negotiated something with MIT in the city, and they called me one morning and said, look, we got an answer that you want. And I was chairing a committee, but, there were other components. There were, returns that took 3, and they wanted me to accept it right, alone, putting pressure on me, right on the spot. And I held them off, thankfully, for an hour till the whole committee arrived. And it took three weeks after that to negotiate, an even-handed package. So you can't force people to do that. There may be a good idea, but, we do best when we understand people's interests. And this is what I do with my coaching, training, and mediation, you have to have the clear sense of vision along with the empathy. It's not one or the other, okay? And that's the magic of our coaching, is that we bring both pieces together, both the vision, the firmness, and the compassion. And you need both. And very few people, kind of get to that point. A lot of folks, are in this, either this way or the other way. And another miraculous component of our work is finding the third way. It's like, between a rock and a hard place, what's the right way? How do you make the right move? So go to our website, take a look at this. I help companies, families, and individuals. I could even help President Trump and President Zelensky come to an understanding. But you don't want to give people, it's not about, well, we've helped you out so much and you're nothing without, the best negotiations have elements of respect and people's interests in the long run. It's nice to see at least there's a discussion on Ukraine, and it needs some of that magic of both the firmness and the compassion. So for all you folks who we don't have to wait on, President Trump and President Zelensky, for companies, families, and individuals who want to get this magical psychology, this breakthrough, this great psychology, go to our website, give me a call, send out the contact form, and remember, we want to do things on the basis of respect. And I don't know everything, but I know I'm a person who understands the process of change. You have to have the firmness and the compassion.